Yes, of course, Olivia. I'll be home in a few days. Just have to see that Aunt Vanessa's up and running, and I have one or two press interviews I have to do. Some things need to be smoothed over. This is where I could use your tact. Yes, of course. Yes. Goodbye, darling.
I bet you'll be glad to get back to London and put all this behind you. You might enjoy the Galapagos. You're a great admirer of Darwin's.
Big turtles, yes. I suppose so.
And of course you must miss Olivia. A very fine woman, I could tell that from her photographs. Such elegance and style, absolutely perfect for a man of your taste.
Well, yes, there's no question. We're ideally suited.
And you need a well-educated woman to keep up with you. And she's quite attractive to boot.
Yes, it's very easy to see us side by side through life's journey.
A very handsome couple indeed.
Yes, there's no question. We're ideally suited.
As you would say, a quite rational choice.
I mean, it's not entirely cerebral. I mean, I do love her. I mean, what are you suggesting?
Suggesting?
In the nuance of your tone. Of course I love her. Or are you saying you think I've come to love Sophie Baker?
Me? I never mentioned Sophie.
Well, I thought you were heading there.
Sophie Baker, a little fake who played you for a dupe.
Exactly, that wretch.
Why would I suggest you'd fall in love with Sophie?
Well, you might. I never know what goes on in that devious mind of yours.
The very idea of you and that specious American telepathic.
Well, I know. It defies all reason.
You, a creature of reason, a man of intellect.
To be sure.
Certainly not trivial.
No, to say the least.
And she's hardly in the same class as Olivia.
The comparison makes me laugh. Olivia is a person of accomplishment and charm. Sophie's a street finagler who makes her way living off one bit of hokum to the next.
Well, I don't see how you can compare the two.
Well, don't put ideas into my head.
Well, far be it from me.
Of course, she does come from dire circumstances. I mean, it's very easy to be judgmental about people who are born into circumstances less fortunate than one's own.
Life is harsh. One must do what one must to survive.
Well put. And people do sometimes make the wrong choices, which they regret, even though no serious harm was done.
Which of us has not made some blunders in life?
And there is a rather appealing quality about Sophie, despite her disgusting behaviour.
Yes. Her smile is rather winning. Of course, it depends how much value you put on the purely physical.
Well, I for one, esteem the higher virtues.
Beauty of the soul.
Although her eyes are rather pleasant to look into. And then she can be amusing under the right circumstances.
Oh, but Olivia is an educated, cultivated woman. One that befits a man of your artistic genius.
Yes, no, my genius must be factored in. You know, on paper, there's really no reason to prefer Sophie to Olivia.
Well, I would say the opposite.
And so your suggestion that I be honest with Olivia and tell her that, irrational as it seems, I've fallen in love with Sophie, that's a preposterous notion.
It's lunacy.
Yet I can't help feeling
that you love Sophie. Yes, I understand. You're puzzled and bewildered because your foolish logic tells you that you should love Olivia.
Foolish logic?
And yet how little that logic means when placed next to Sophie's smile.
What are you saying?
That the world may or may not be without purpose, but it's not totally without some kind of magic.
I have irrational positive feelings for Sophie Baker. It's like witnessing a trick I can't figure out.
I wouldn't try to figure it out. I'd simply move on it. Word is, she's already accepted Bryce Catledge's proposal.